Hi, greetings everybody. The idea of this channel, called England Rugby Analyst, is to give you an alternative platform to view opinions and also comment on the England Rugby World Cup warm-up games and also the campaign itself. I'm Rich and I'm going to watch the games, analyse the games, give you some of my opinions and invite you to subscribe to the channel and make comments below. And then I'll come back and analyse those comments, talk about some of those comments, bring you on board, and we'll go through the campaign as and when England get knocked out. That's going to be the subject of another video as to how far I think they'll go. But also we'll look at some of the home nations and make comments on them. I support all the home nations, especially when they interact with England. Obviously I'll be supporting England, but I will be watching out for all of them as well. So if you like this video, please subscribe, please comment, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much. Okay, first up, England versus France at Twickenham. In these warm-up games, I think I'll do winners and losers. I think the biggest winner here was actually England's forwards that didn't play. It sounds a bit weird, but I don't think any of the actual starting forwards moved in front of anybody who was already there, if you know what I mean. Probably the closest one was Mako Vunipola. He was outstanding in the loose, but I think Stuart Lancaster knows that anyway. He probably needed an amazing scrummaging performance to push his way to a starting spot, but I don't think that happened at any point during the game with any of the front rows actually. Obviously difficult to know who's at fault in each scrum, but certainly all the forwards that played probably didn't do their scrummaging credentials much good. Looking across the front row, I think it's pretty obvious that Cowan Dickey kind of blew his chance. Really good player for the future, but I think that's probably it for him. Second rows, it's a bit of a bun fight. Take your pick. Some say Jeff Parling should go for his experience, but I'll probably go with that, and then maybe one other as well. Laws and Launchbury, even if they have a poor game I think next week, will probably go anyway. In the back row, Callum Clark kind of fluffed his lines a bit. He'll be bitterly disappointed with that, won't he? I don't think Tom would be overly pleased with anything that particularly happened there in the forwards. James Haskell came on, looked strong, tidied up. You know, I think he's just reinforced his credentials. He's going for sure, isn't he? Halfbacks, Wheelsworth looked slick, didn't he? Looked slick, but that's when England were on top in the first half. And then when Kerr came on, the pack had gone, didn't it? The pack had blown up, so difficult for him to really make any impact. So I don't really know. I think they're both going anyway, so I don't think it's too much of an issue. Owen Farrell at 10. I thought he was solid, unspectacular. He's going, isn't he? You can argue, should he go, shouldn't he go? But he's solid, kicks well. But you can see the difference, him taking the ball to the line rather than George Ford. George Ford's just takes the ball to the line at pace, really mesmerised the defence. And I think there's one point in the second half where the defence opened up and I'd say Farrell kind of lumbered through the gap rather than dashed through it like Ford. But anyway, he's an able backup. Put Cipriani in a bit of a difficult situation, didn't have anything to do at fullback, so really hard for him to push his case. Will he play next week? I don't know, maybe. Tricky for Cipriani. Also tricky for Cipriani was that Good was so good. Excuse the pun. He's not that quick. We know that. Lancaster knows that. You can argue, is he quick enough to be an international fullback? But it's not really his fault, is it? There's nothing he can do about that. What he did do was fantastic. His kicking, his passing, that chip for the try was outstanding. I think he goes. There's no alternative. I think he goes. Brown's the first choice. Please comment if you think he shouldn't go and give your reasons, because I think there's plenty of people that think he shouldn't go, but I think especially on the back of that performance, he's going, isn't he? Centres is the one. Centres is the one. Really exciting. Slade. Wow. The guy can play, can't he? The guy can play, can distribute, he can pass, he can kick. Can he run? I mean, I guess he showed a little bit of that. I mean, he can run, but you know, maybe he needs to mix it up a bit more. But what he did do was fantastic. He really set up some fantastic tries. He couldn't have done much better for a youngster. Some of his quick passing, that one to release Watson was fantastic. I think he's going. I think Lancaster's going to take 2 fly halves, and with Slade and Good, you got your back up, so I don't think that's a problem at all. So I'm saying Slade's going. Please comment if you think he's not going or he shouldn't go. Burgess, I don't think there is a right answer here, is there? There's so many different theories. I would say if Lancaster has a spot available, Burgess goes. There's a bit of a wild card, and I think you comment if you think this is wrong, I think Lancaster likes him around the team. I think he likes him as an iconic figure, motivator. People feel safe in his presence. They think, wow, we've got someone here who's a bit of an icon, even if he doesn't play that much. It sounds bad. Would he do that? Does he take that into consideration off the field? I think he does in a World Cup. I think he's got a good chance of going. Whether he should or not, I'm not sure, but he couldn't have done much more, could he? He just needs more time playing rugby union. So yeah, please comment on that. If you think that's a silly idea, you take him, half of it for what he does off the pitch, which does sound a bit silly, but it could be important in a World Cup year. Wingers, well, they were fantastic, weren't they? Watson really showed what he could do. He's absolutely electric. You know, he's starting for sure. Some say Johnny May pushed for a starting place, and he did. Unless Noel has a shocker next week, I don't think he will start. Purely because Noel is seen as the more all-round player, the safer player, defensively safer. He played the Six Nations. I think unless something bad happens, I really don't think Johnny May's going to be a starter. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that video. Hope you found some of those views interesting on who I think maybe should go, shouldn't go, and why. Please feel free to comment if you agree. That's fantastic. Please say why though, and if you disagree, that's even better. But again, say why, and I'll try and come back on a later video and answer some of those points you make. Okay, thank you very much, and enjoy your rugby.